back to my channel. It's Simply Jessica here today with 2 cute holiday DIYs. And we're going to work with some picture frames. That's what we're doing today. I have 2 completely different DIYs just using Dollar Tree picture frames. These are 8 by 10. The other one I'll show you. This is the one that I'm using for this project. And you're just going to remove the entire back and the glass. You can pull these out if you want to. So we're just going to do that. They're usually pretty easy to come out. We're just going to yank, and sometimes you break it. That's okay, because we're not using that part. We've got this part. I'm actually going to turn that. There we go. Throw that in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to find yourself, I'm using this little tumbling block tree that I made, I don't remember how many videos ago. But anyway, I will actually, let me straighten you out here. I will actually, at the end of this video, I'll have this one pop up to view next if you didn't see how these were made. But you need something kind of taller, so it takes up a little bit of room over here, you know? And we're just gonna hot glue this guy right down. And I'm actually just gonna go along here. And I'm just gonna add some hot glue here. Take your, you could be an ornament. It could be something like this. And I apparently missed where this was going. There we go. And you're just going to have it glued on the bottom like that. It could be a word, it could be an ornament, it could be something like this. And then I have this little beaded garland from the Dollar General. And I really just want to use the Let It Snow. I wonder if we like maybe, no, I think we're just going to cut it off. Untie it, cut it off, one of the two here. Because I just kind of want the Let It Snow sign, just like that. And I'm going to hot glue that to the top here. So just a little bit, right in there. All right, add your little Let It Snow sign. And that's going to be it for this side. Now we're going to have a ton of fun over here with some greenery, some berries, all kinds of good stuff, right? So I have these little picks, these came from the Dollar Tree, but they got some really pretty gold on them. And we're just going to add these on here. We can have them going up, down, all around. We are just going to kind of get some of the bottom of this off here because we don't need all that. And you guys know I like to kind of figure out where everything's going prior to gluing down. But I do know that I kind of like want it going in all directions. Maybe not all of this one. So I want some to hang pretty low because you want to fill the dead space here. And this is this part, I love this part because everything just like starts to come to life, you know? And we're just going to glue these bad boys down here. Once I just want to make sure I have everything where I want it. So I kind of want it to look like that. We're also going to take one of the trees from Dollar Tree and we're going to cut off some branches because we need to fill in some space, right? So we're going to start by gluing these down. Like I said, I like to just kind of make sure everything's where I want it to be. So we're just going to add the hot glue, lay that guy down. Getting things out of your way. And then your next piece. And just making sure that you give time for the hot glue to cool, because it will take just a little bit. Because I use a lot just to make sure that we really get it on there pretty good. We might actually get away with kind of sticking this one under. And just adding a little hot glue there. We could cut off that little piece if we want, but it will be covered with a bow, so it's really not going to be that big of a deal. And then figure out, again, where you're laying it all. And we can just go right over top. Just lay that on there. Give it some time. We're going to get our next piece on here as well. Just really getting it in. We can add some under here for a little extra. Again, just hang on to it, guys, because it's just gonna need just a minute or two to completely adhere, okay? Now the next thing I want to do is I want to add my bow first, because then I see how much more space I have when I need to fill things. So I made this bow. It's about as best as it was coming out, but I wanted a nice big fluffy bow, and that's going to go on the top here. Might have to smush it down. I went with the really pretty snowflake one from Dollar General's, where that one came from. I'm actually going to get this on first. Yes, this is the tail to my bow. Because you know, I am not great with the bows. But I did YouTube how to make a bow because I'm not great at it at all. Ooh, get that on there. And then I just feel like I got to kind of like smush this into the shape that I need it to be. And we're just going to glue that sucker right down on top. There's a ton of videos on YouTube on how to make a bow. And we're just going to go right down in the center here. Good thing about the wired ribbon is you can kind of fluff it up, move it around, change it, fix it, everything else that you want. Giving that some time. All right, so our super fluffy bow is on there, and I love it. I don't know why, I just wanted like a really super fluffy bow on this. We're just gonna take our tree out here. And then this way, like I said, it kind of shows you maybe where you need to fill in. You might not even feel like you need to fill in, which is perfectly fine as well. I'm thinking we could add some more here to kind of just, well, see, the greens don't really match. I don't know how I feel about that. Let's try something. Okay, we are mixing the Christmas tree. If you ever look at it, there's some really light, some really dark colors. It just wasn't, I'm sorry, it wasn't looking right. So I'm going to take the green tiebacks that we've used from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to cut some pieces. Because I just feel like it needs a little bit of filling before we get the berries and all that fun stuff. So you're just going to get some hot glue, get it on there, find you a little hole, and stick it in, right? Just to fill in some spots. Just want a more full look, that's all. And this part, again, easy peasy. And I didn't glue these in yet, so I'm going to have to, but look. Look how stinking adorable already. I love it. I'm just going to pull this guy out. These couple of pieces I didn't glue in yet. Just see, and you see how easy? Super easy. You know me, I like easy peasy and easy. I might want another little piece there. And I like to just kind of fluff them up a little bit, get the little pine needles poking in different directions. There we go. And this one and this one. And guys, already, just look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. I'm loving it. I hope you are. There. Beautiful greenery. We can add a little white paint to it to give it just some snow, which I think I'm just going to do real quick. Because I like this fact that it says, let it snow. We'll get some paint in the little cap here. There we go. I'm just going to take a little sponge brush. You don't need a lot. All right. We're just going to add some snow to our greenery. And like I said, you don't need a ton. Just a little dip. Brush it off. We can even add it to the little pieces with the gold glitter. Really get it snowy looking, since we do have the Let It Snow. Look how easy and so beautiful. And then your last steps are just going to be, you can add some pine cones if you have any, which I think I have some. I'll have to take a look. I'm sticking to the table here. And that's it for the snow part. Where am I stuck? There we go. And then the berries. Now these, I'm just gonna pop right off of here. Add some hot glue. And then just find a home. That's it. Just get some berries. Pop them off of there. And then hot glue them down. Just to add a little bit more to it. And I love this. I love it so far. So far, it's almost done. I think that's good for the berries. Maybe one more down here. Again, just to your liking, your preference. Right? And then we just need some string, so we have a way to hang, which I have down here. I'm just going to use a little bit of, what is it, jute string, jute rope, jute cord. I don't know half the time. I should get my scissors, but that's okay. We're going to take a little bit of this. We're going to add it to the back. And it's going to depend on how long you want it to be. But guys, how gorgeous. I mean, of course I'm going to hang it so you can see it. But, guys, I'm in love. Just, let me lift you up. In love. Look how cute this is. So simple, so beautiful, and I just love it. And actually, it has an indent here. You may not need to even hang string on it, but we'll see. Okay, we're gonna put this one to the side and move on to the next one. Okay, next one. You're gonna get yourself any picture frame that you like from the Dollar Tree. And we're gonna do the exact same thing we did with the last one. We're gonna open this up, take it apart. Just like so. Remove the pieces, including, oh, there we go. This guy might be a little stuck in here. Oh, hang tight. Okay. can pull out your little pieces. And this time we're going to have some fun with some Christmas balls and ribbon. And there you have your little frame. Just need the frame of the frame. You're going to pick your choice of Christmas balls, which I am going with the Santa ball. And then I'm just going to go with silver and gold. Just a little gold to match the buckle, and then some silver to change it up a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I want them to hang so they're like this. And then this side, now that one's bigger. Might have to find a smaller one. All right, got a smaller one, and that's just kind of how I want them to go. Again, your color combination, completely up to you. And then I'm just picking red and white ribbon. And I'm going to put it up there to about where I want it to hang. Turn that around. Maybe we might just cut it right in half. All right, so I cut it in half, took one end. I just had to see how it was going to work, guys. Sorry. Tucked it through. We're going to take a little bit of hot glue and just stick it together like that. We're going to have to turn it so we're facing the right way here. And this is how it's going to hang. We are going to pretty much have to hold this up to see where we're going. And I want this guy pretty much all the way to the bottom here. So just find your center. And of course we can cut it off. Add a little hot glue. Wow, my voice just went. And glue it down. Just like so. And then we'll snip, snip at the end. So now you're just going to want to follow through with the same thing, but we're going to do a bigger one and then a smaller one. So we just fold this in half. That might be too wide. Oh, this one we're going to have to fix because I ruined that one. By going a little crazy with the scissors here. Let's see if we can fix that. No. So we're going to take our ribbon. And again, we can cut at the end. So make it a nice size. Cut it in half so we have two, one for each ornament. And now that you have your pieces, fold it in half. We're going to stick it on through. Sometimes the fingernails, they work against me. There we go. Stick it on through. A little bit of hot glue. Fold it over. So we have our little hanging piece. So do that to your 3 remaining ornaments. And now that you have them all ribboned up, this is when you're going to pick up your frame and find where you want the next one to hang. So we're going to go about here. And then you just tip over, add your hot glue, and hold yourself. Whoa, hold it still. And then you'll do the same with your 4th. With your 3rd one, and on this side, and you want it just to come up just a little bit higher than that one. Find your area, hot glue down. And look how stinking cute already. And we're just going to do the same thing to the opposite side. And now that you have them all on, you're just going to take your scissors and we're going to snip off the tops. And I'm just going to have it laying down for this next part. And that is just grab yourself some ribbon. I am going to use this super pretty red ribbon. And I kind of just want it to go right along here, right along here. I would like, if I could actually twist it, I'm not sure, so we're going to see. Because I would like for it to be like this. Let's see if I can do it. I don't know. That's the only other thing about wired ribbon. I think it kind of goes a little weirder on you. First of all, we're going to cut off this wrinkly part here at the bottom. Kind of wanted it like that. We'll see. Okay, so after playing around with it, we're going to make this a little bow, but I cut 2 strips in half. No, took 1 strip, cut it in half, the length of the sides here. And I just wrapped it around my finger in order to get the little curly Q. And I'm going to hot glue a piece here. Start there, into the corner. And I'm probably going to hot glue a piece down here, the end here I mean, so it just kind of goes up here. And we can fix that once that glue dries. Same thing, a little hot glue. Give it a nice little turn here. And then glue that down. And then a little bit at the end of your ribbon here. Just like that. We gotta figure out the size of a bow. We don't need a huge bow here. Don't need a huge one. So I'm thinking, yay big. Yay big. That should be good. Hey, Avery is not a happy girl in there. I can hear her crying. She's probably tired. And that's what I do. I just glue my ends on a little bow. Makes my life easier. And I always take just a little piece of that. I just go squeeze that in the middle. If I could find my pipe cleaners, guys, that is what I will use typically in the middle of a bow, especially if I'm just making a little one. But today, we're just going to take the wired part of this ribbon. We're going to cut this. You can actually just kind of pull that wire part right off. We're going to go around, and we're going to use this as a little twist tie, because I can't find my pipe cleaners. Okay? Fluff yourself out. And then glue down, sorry, excuse me, glue down in the center here. Let that cool. And look how stinking adorable, right? And I think the last thing I want to do is just add some greenery to it. And I'm taking these 98-cent ornaments from Walmart, and I'm kind of just popping off their greenery off the top of it. And I'm stealing that to put onto our picture frame here. I'm just going to cut that off. Get our hot glue. And just right down with our greenery here. I'll fix that. Just a little bit, that's all I want. And look how stinking adorable. I do gotta cut that a little bit better up there, but I'll cut those down and I'm going to hang this so you guys can see just how beautiful this is. Okay guys, look at this hanging. Now, you also don't need to hang this. You can also have it propped up against a corner, something like that. It'd be beautiful. But we're gonna look at the first one we made and I'll be right back. All right, and here is the first one that we made. Let's turn a flash on so we can see that. Look how stinking adorable. I just love it. I love the whole just a plain frame and just make it your own, right? Love these, super easy guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and until next time, bye now.